Today's Vinyasa yoga session will support the stage 11 task of seeking complete connection. This is where we bring it all together. The question to consider during today's session is, how can you craft a daily routine in an environment and with a mindset and an energy set that assists you in maintaining connection and in deepening connection to yourself, to others, and to every aspect of your life. This is not to avoid living, but to create an environment within and outside of yourself and a routine in your daily life that allows you to be in life in a state of deep connection. What would that routine look like? What changes in your environment might you want to make? What changes in your schedule might you want to make? Think about these questions as we enjoy this session and let your natural intuition bring you the answers. We'll begin by setting up the breath. Today we're going to try a 3-part breath, where we inhale and feel it through the head and the throat, the chest, and then the belly. So into the head, the chest, then the belly fills. Then we exhale in reverse, the belly in, chest in, and head. And then again, in through the head, chest, belly. Now squeeze in the belly, out, belly, chest, head. And we can squeeze it down to get out a little bit more. Again, inhale, head, chest, belly, and exhale, belly, chest, head. Let's do a few more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Squeeze the belly. Inhale. And exhale. Again. Inhale. Head, chest, belly. And exhale. Belly, chest, head. Again. One more. And return to breathing normally. Let's get started. So we'll start with a seated position. You might want to sit on a block. If you'd like extra support, you can put blocks under your knees. Be sure to support yourself in any way that you need today. That can be different every day. And also be sure to try different moves with different props just to explore how it feels differently. Props are your friend. So we'll begin in the seated position for a bit of a seated warm-up. We'll just start by taking a couple of cat-cows. So we'll round the back for cat. Inhale, arch the back for cow. Exhale, round the back for cat. Exhale, arch the back. Let's keep going, a few more of these. Exhale. And Inhale. Last one. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. And return to center. Now, on your next inhale, we'll take the arms up and twist around to the right. Hands can be on the ground. You might want the left hand on the right knee. You might look to the side wall. You might look to the back. Taking a twist. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathe. On your next inhale, we'll take the arms up, back through center and over to the left side. Open up for a twist. Again, hands can just both be on the ground or the right hand on the left knee. Maybe looking to the side wall, maybe looking to the back. Sitting up nice and straight. It's an active sit. Strong abs. Breathe. On your next inhale, bring the arms up, nice and tall, and back to center. Next, we'll take a bound angle. We'll bring the feet together in front of you. You might want to support this position with blocks under the knees or not. You can also scoot the feet out any distance in front of you. Find that place where bound angle is comfortable and enjoyable for you. You can bring them in closer or further out. Everyone is different and every day is different. So we'll breathe here for a moment in bound angle. And then we'll reach the heart forward to fold over any amount, a lot or a little. There is no ideal. Reaching out with the heart. Breathe. Some exhales might find you moving a little deeper, although it's not necessary. On your next inhale, rise up to sit, and we will extend the feet out for a wide leg forward fold. Now, for this move, you might just stay right here. You might sit on one of your blocks, or you might use a strap if you like. Now, we're just warming up, so we don't want to go too far into a stretch for this, but you can always use a strap. You can also, if you like, and you want something a little bit more, use a resistance band, a fantastic prop. not often thought of in yoga, but perhaps it should be. Or you can just use the weight of your own torso. Again, reaching out with the heart, reaching forward. You might put your hands on your shins. You might grab the big toe. If you deepen during an exhale, you might grab the foot. Reaching forward with the heart and breathe. On your next inhale, rise back up, nice and straight, active through the legs. Exhale, bring the legs in. We'll put our props aside, and we'll come up to table. For table, the back is flat, knees about shoulder width apart, wrists under the shoulders, and the inside of the elbow pointing forward. This gives us a nice, stable shoulder girdle to work with. Adjust your position as needed. From table, we'll take the right arm out in front of us, looking ahead and down. Take the left leg back, look ahead, toes to the floor, check that foot, knee to the ground, and down. We'll take the left arm up, out in front of us, and down. Take the right leg back, check the toes, and down. This time, take the right arm and the left leg, reaching out long, fingers pointing forward, toes to the ground. Strong right leg, strong left arm, elbow pointing forward on that left arm. Hold. And down. Then we'll take the left arm and the right leg. Reach it out. Toes to the ground. Fingers reaching. Strong base leg and arm there. Elbow pointing forward on the right arm. Hold. And down. Take a break for a moment in child's pose. You can do this with knees wide or knees together. And come back up. Let's take that one more time. Right arm and left leg out. If you'd like a little more challenge, you take a half bow or keep it right here. You can even keep it at table. Bring it down. Left arm and right leg out. Or you can stay in table. or you can take half bow. Now, if table is a little bit tough on the knees, there's a trick that you can use here. You just take your mat and fold it up for some extra cushion. You can even fold it more than once. And back to table. From table, we'll tuck the toes and push up into downward facing dog. Adjust the hands. Feet can be close together, or feet can be wider apart. You may need to walk the hands in a little bit closer or a little further. Adjust it as is right for your body today. You might pedal the feet. Get a stretch there in the calves and the hamstrings. Pressing in, hips high. Bending the knees any amount, but at least a tiny amount. From downward facing dog, you might want to walk the hands out a little bit. We're going to come into a high plank. Elbows facing forward, the inside of the elbows facing forward. Give a little push up and down. Untuck the toes and coming up into cobra. You might take just a little cobra, or you might squeeze the glutes and the thighs to protect the back and come up into a higher cobra. Whatever's right for you today. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale. Cobra. Glutes are strong. Exhale. And down. We'll put the arms back. Lay the head to one side. Take a breath. And on your next inhale, we're going to come into locust. Now the glutes and the thighs are going to be strong. The arms are going to go behind us, parallel as we look to the ground and lift up. You might lift a little. You might lift a lot. Hold. Breathe. Notice how we rock as we breathe. And down. Head to the other side. This time we'll bring the hands up by the shoulders. Fingers wide, pushing into the fingertips. Elbows right by the chest. And we'll come up for Sphinx. Similar to Cobra, but with a little bit more support. Again, come up as little or as much as you like. Glutes and thighs strong to protect the lower back. Breathe. And down. While we're here, let's bring the arms right under the chest. Make little fists, not too tight. And come up to a forearm plank. And down. Hands by the chest. Let's push up through high plank, back to downward facing dog. And pedal it out. If the heels don't come all the way to the ground, that's okay. If they do, that's okay too. On your next inhale, step forward, foot between the hands. Come forward for a forward fold. Hands can be on the ground or clasping the elbows, bending the knees any amount, but at least a little micro bend in those knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up, arms out wide, and down to heart center for mountain. As we stand in mountain, feet might be closer together or shoulder width apart. Strong feet, active through the feet, strong quads, strong legs. This is an active stand. Abs are tucked in. Just recognizing where your body is and what it's doing. Grounding into the earth. All right, from mountain, inhale, bring the arms out. Fold forward. Hands to the ground or the shins or the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Looking forward. Exhale, forward fold. As we inhale, we will step or float back through plank into downward facing dog. Maybe pedal the feet. Adjust the arms as needed. Strong through the fingers, bending the knees any amount. Inhale, come through high plank. Little push up to a cobra or up dog. Down, back through plank to downward facing dog. Inhale, step forward. Forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, bend the knees, root down, and rise up. Sink into chair. Inhale, up, arms down, back to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, looking forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step or float back into high plank to downward facing dog. Inhale through plank, little push up to upward facing dog or cobra. Glutes strong. And push back up into downward facing dog. Maybe pedal the feet. Inhale, step forward, forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up into chair. Inhale, stand up tall, arms come down and back to heart center. One more time. Inhale, arms go high. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping the knees bent at least a little bit or any amount. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step or float back through high plank into downward facing dog. Hips are high, strong through the fingers. Come through plank. Little push up as we go into upward facing dog or cobra. Glutes are strong to protect the back. And down. Push up through plank. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Step forward. Bring the other foot to meet it. Forward fold. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Come up to sink into chair. Feet are strong. Abs are strong. Inhale. Up tall. Arms down. Hands back to heart center. On your next inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. At least a tiny bend in the knees, but maybe a lot of bend in the knees. And then either float back or step back through plank into downward facing dog. Maybe pedal the feet. Inhale, right leg comes up and forward, bringing the knee through to place the feet between the hands, with the right foot between the hands. Turn that left foot out and come up for warrior. That left foot is at an angle. Right hips, or the hips are pointing towards the top left corner of your mat. Adjust your stance here. You might go wider between the feet. Knee is over the ankle. Shoulders are over the hips. Breathe. Open up for warrior two. And straighten the right leg. Now we still want a tiny little micro bend in that right leg. We don't want to overextend, but a nice straight leg as we prepare for triangle. Exhale. Over we go. You might like a block inside the foot. You can play with the different heights of your block. Breathe. Root that right foot down. Push through the right foot to come up. As we might want to bring the feet in a little bit and turn towards that right foot. Perhaps clasping the hands behind, perhaps the hands on the hips, or hands out in front of you on a block. We bend forward for pyramid. You can keep the hands behind. You can bring the hands on either side of the foot. You can bring the hands to blocks on either side of the foot. Push through the right foot. Come up. And adjust back into warrior two. From here, we will windmill the arms over for a little lunge, plank, downward facing dog. Now let's take the whole thing on the left side. Inhale, left leg comes up, knee comes through, between the hands, right foot turns out, and come up for warrior one. Check that the knee is over the ankle, shoulders over the hips. Inhale, open up for warrior two. Check your positioning. Hold. Breathe. Now straighten the left leg. You might grab a block. Tiny little micro bend in that left leg. Exhale, come over for triangle. Opening those ribs to the ceiling. Rounding through the foot, push up. And then turning the torso towards that front left foot, adjusting the back foot as needed. And we'll prepare for pyramid. Clasp the hands behind you or on the hips or in front of you. Tiny little micro bend in that front leg. And fold forward for pyramid. Noticing the difference between the left side and the right side. Grounding through the left foot. Push the left foot to lift up and back to warrior two. Windmill the arms over. Take a little lunge. Go back for plank and downward facing dog. Inhale. Step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms go out. Push through the feet. Up tall into mountain and hands to heart center. Again. We'll take a little step back to give ourselves a little bit more room to the middle of our mats. We'll take the right leg, bring it up straight in front of you. Bring the knee up for a hug. Maybe out to the side. Maybe behind us for a stretch through the quads. And then we'll take that right foot and place it on the inside of the left thigh for tree. Now you can go higher up like that. You can go just right, toes on the ground with the right heel at the left ankle. You can put the right foot on the left calf. Bring it as high or as low as you want, but not at the knee. We don't want to see that. So we'll bring the right foot to the left thigh, pushing through the left foot for stability. Grounding the left foot into the ground, push into the ground. Hands to heart center. Maybe hands up or out. Find your tree. For extra challenge in this balance, you might try a little rotation to one side or the other. Moving the arms any way you like. And let that right foot down. Shake out the left leg. And we'll take the same sequence on the left side. Grounding the right foot, active toes. We bring the right leg out straight. Bring the knee up. Maybe rotate it out. Back in front. Behind for a little stretch through the quad while we're here. Anytime you feel off balance, push that right foot into the ground. For extra support, you can do this with a chair, holding on to the back of the chair. And now bring the left foot either to the right ankle, the right calf, or the right thigh, not at the knee. Strong right foot grounding into the earth, hands at heart center, or hands up or out. Grow your tree. Noticing the difference between the right side of the body and the left side of the body with this pose. Breathe. And bring the left foot down. Shake out the right leg. And we'll go back to the top of our mat. In mountain. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step or float back through plank into downward facing dog. Take the feet a little wider, and we will come down into table. From here to an easy sit. And then lying down. From here, we'll come up into a half boat. Extend the legs. You can hold behind the calves, behind the thighs, or the toes if you feel ambitious. Breathe. Lower it down, not all the way. Hold. Breathe. Roll it back for a crunch. And down. Again. Grab behind the knees and come up for a half boat. Extend the feet for a full boat. Lower down halfway. Roll back. Crunch. And out long. One more time. Grab behind the knees to come up for a half boat. Extend the legs for a full boat. Halfway down. Roll back for a crunch. Out long, maybe stretch, arms overhead. And back to Shavasana. From here, we'll bring, try that again, bug. From here, we'll bring the legs up straight. Now you can put a block underneath the pelvis, but that might actually make this move a little bit tougher. So instead, you can bend the knees any amount. As usual, always at least a little bit. This time we want to push the feet up to the ceiling for a reverse sit-up. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a pause here and crunch it in. Hug those knees in, bring the head up. Hold. Relax. And again, feet up, hands to the mat. But don't use your hands to push the feet up. Just use the lower abs. 3, 4, 5. 5 more. And bring it in for a crunch. Feet down, rest for a minute. And one more time. Feet to the ceiling. Last round. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going for 10. 2 more. And crunch. Let the legs down. All the way. Arms up overhead. Give those abs a little stretch. And arms down to the sides. From here, we're going to take an inversion. We're going to go for a supported shoulder stand sequence. Now, if this is too much, and really listen to your body, if this is not right for you today, then take instead a supported bridge by grabbing a block and going under the pelvis with it, a block or a bolster. So you can do a supported bridge, or you can just do legs up with a strap or using the wall as support. If you'd like to try the supported shoulder stand, we might scoot down a little bit on our mats to give ourselves some space. We'll roll back. Supporting the rib cage with the hands, feet to the ceiling. Tucking the head back a little bit to keep the chin away from the throat, away from the chest. Breathe. Then we will slowly rotate the legs back into plow. Take your time. Toes down to meet the ground. Maybe clasp the hands, maybe not. Bring the knees in for a half lotus or lotus. Fold those knees down and slowly roll down. Keeping the legs in half lotus or lotus. As you bring them down, allow that to pull you into fish. You can support your fish pose with a block or a bolster. We'll take just a moment. Extending now the legs and the arms. And down. Scooting ourselves back on to a better position on our mats. From here, we will grab one knee right behind the thigh and come up to seated. And we'll take bound angle. So the feet will be together, the soles of the feet together right in front of us. You can go out further, or you can bring them in closer. You can support this position with blocks under the knees. And see how it feels for you today. Reaching the heart forward, hands to the ground, or hands on blocks. Folding forward any amount, but reaching with the heart. Inhale, sitting up. And we will put the legs in fire log. That is one stacked right over the other. One shin stacked right over the other. So we'll begin with the left shin stacked over the right and lean forward. Let's see how this stretch feels different. Sitting up, we're going to take that left leg out long. Bring the right leg in with the right foot along the left thigh and forward fold. Grab the foot, grab the toe, grab the shin. You might use a strap or a resistance band around the foot to assist this stretch. Do what works for you today. Release. And we will bring the right knee up nice and tall, but out to the side just a little bit because your chest is going to come in front of it. We bring the left leg in with the left foot right up against the pelvis, right heel right up against the left ankle, or a little bit wider if you need it. And we're going to go forward, wrap the arms around to take a bind, and go even deeper. Breathe. If this is not right for you today, take a bound angle or position of your choice. Unwrap that. Keep the left leg in front. We'll send the right leg out behind you. The left heel will be right in the crease of the right hip. And fold down forward. You can support yourself on your elbows. You might clasp the hands in front of you or not. You might have them flat on the ground. Always reaching forward with the heart. If you need a larger challenge, you can take this left leg and put the shin horizontal on the mat for a greater stretch. Rise up on that one. And come back and repeat the sequence on the other side. Back to fire log. The right shin is on top this time. Reaching forward with the heart. Feeling the difference between the right side and the left side. Letting each exhale bring you a little bit deeper if that feels good today. Coming up, stretch the right leg out, bring the left leg in, and fold forward over the right leg, grabbing the toe, grabbing the foot. You can use a strap or a resistance band to help deepen the stretch. Micro bend in the knee, as always. Reaching forward from the heart. Bring that up. We'll bring that right leg, the right heel, all the way in to the pelvis, the left heel to the right ankle. It can be out a little further if you want some more space. Reaching forward with the heart and wrapping the arms around to take a bind. If this is too much, choose a different position. Listen to your body and what it wants today. Breathe. Release your bind. Come up. This time we'll send the left leg back. The right heel is right in the crease of the left hip. And lean down over there. You can support yourself on your shoulders. If you like, you can stretch out further or not. And if you want that greater challenge, you can always take this shin and place it horizontally across the mat for the same move in a deeper stretch. And breathe. When you're ready, come back up to sitting. Inhale, we'll take the arms up and open up to the right for a twist. Hands can be on the ground or left hand to right knee. Maybe looking behind you. Arms go up, inhale. Twist over to the other side. Maybe looking behind. Back to center. And down. Legs out straight. Arms at your sides. Coming into Shavasana. Shoulder blades tucked under. You might like a pillow or a bolster under the knees for comfort, or under the head, or nothing at all. Legs can fall to the sides a little bit. Hands can be at your sides or resting on the belly. This is your time to integrate your practice. What you noticed today. What came up for you today. When you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Remove any props or pillows. Maybe roll the wrists and ankles. Start to move the arms and the legs. Maybe take the arms up for a stretch. And roll over to one side for a rest. Just a moment while you get your bearings. Extend the top leg out and push up to a seated position. Thank you for joining me today. The love and the light and the teacher in me honors that in you. Namaste.